everyone, my name is Amisha Mishra. Today I am here to give a video presentation on the topic corporate governance. So let's have a look on the introduction of this topic. What corporate governance is. It is concerned with set of principles, ethics, values, morals, rules, regulations and procedures, etc. Corporate governance establishes a system whereby directors are entrusted with duties and responsibilities in relation to the direction of company's affairs. This term governance means to control. Controlling a company, an organization, or a corporate governance is governing or controlling the corporate bodies, their ethics, values, principles, and morals. For corporate governance to be good, the manager needs to meet its responsibilities towards its owners, creditors, employees, customers, government, and the society at large. Corporate governance also helps in establishing a system where a director is showered with duties and responsibilities of affairs of the company. For effective corporate governance, the policies need to be such that directors of the company should not abuse their power and instead should understand their duties and responsibilities towards the company and should act in the best interest of the company in the broadest sense. The concept of corporate governance is not an end, it's just the beginning towards the growth of company for long-term prosperity. Now, in slide 4, we have a look on the milestones of development of corporate governance of India. 62% of the companies studied have boards containing more than a third of the independent directors. However, the proportion of independent directors varies greatly between countries. Over 90% of the companies in North America, UK, Switzerland and Netherlands, Norway, Finland and Australia have more than a third of independent directors, compared with less than 10% in Germany, Austria and Japan. Disclosure of directors' remuneration is consistently high, with 96% of all companies disclosing this information. In half of the countries studied, over 90% of companies separate the roles of chair and chief executive. However, rates of separation are lower in US, that is 30%, in Japan 54% and France 56%. Now, have a look on slide number 5. Increasingly, companies view equal opportunities less as a way to avoid criticism or lawsuits, but more as means to build reputation and gain competitive advantage by accessing a broader skill set. Around 90% of the companies in North America, 94%, Europe, 88%, New Zealand 87% have basic or advanced equal opportunity policies. Conversely, just over 50% of Japanese, and the pattern is slightly different for equal opportunity management systems. The criterion includes disclosure of self-demographics in relaxation to women and ethnic minorities, as well as presence of flexible working policies. Europe and Australia both perform well, with around 80% and 70% respectively, demonstrating at least basic systems. Performance amongst Japanese companies is also strong at 60%, whereas it is weaker amongst US companies at 25%. In the US, companies are less inclined to disclose this information, possibly due to fear of litigation. Worldwide, only 8.1% of board members are women. Representation of women on a board continues to be lowest in Japan at less than 1% and remains generally low in Mediterranean countries. At the end of the slide, worldwide only 8.1% board members are women. The highest rate of 33% is seen in Norway, where the government has enforced a quota for a minimum of 40% board members to be the women by the end of 2007. The number of women on the board is set to increase in Spain, as the Spanish government has recently established a quota similar to that imposed in Norway. All these are the milestones of development of corporate governance of India. Thank you.